Fellow traders, 'tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Friday, June the 26th, the year's 2026. Let's talk trading, weekly wrap-up. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. As always, make sure you have your risk management in place so you don't lose more than you're willing to lose while you are trading. So, taking a look at the weekly chart, we can see on the dashboard we've got one pair that did not fill the gap, and that is the dollar Swiss. The pound at the moment is 27 pips above the weekly open, 64 off the high, 69 off the low, so almost right smack in the middle. If we zoom out to the monthly, we can see we're 240 pips below the monthly open, 274 off the high, and 69 off the low. And if we zoom into the daily, we are inside the opening range for the week. Notice we bounced off that weekly open, or actually we went through it and came back above it today. 16 pips above the open, 23 off the high, 29 off the low. So once again, almost in the middle of that range. Speaking of the range, inside the opening range for the week, but below the opening range for the month and the opening range for the year. For the year, we're 249 pips below the yearly open, 661 off the high and 68 off the low. Notice these, the low for the year, month, and week are all the same. We had an inside bar 3 days ago. We broke through the low, turned around, and came back up. So we're within the inside bar of the day. We are below the inside bar for the week 7 weeks ago and the monthly inside bar 4 months ago. And you can see there's some inside bar action to be had according to the dashboard. Range today only 52 pips. The Euro New Zealand's leading the range race with 148 pips. Looks like we just shot through the buy zone again here. Big M30 down. I got out way too soon. I got out at, I think, 12. No, I left a bunch of pips on the table. But actually, no, they brought out more shrimp. Those pips weren't on the table at the time. But you can see this crisscross of that daily open. And you can see here we had the weekly open was right there. And I guess that was back during the Asian session. Range is large enough, but it's really not much room to trade. Looks like the red rats have feasted. Like I said, I was part of that feast, but I didn't take it all. And the green rats are now feasting. It's like I missed an opportunity to double low there. Bambino Flex said to look for longs. The pivot trading plan said near the pivot long, and it looks like that paid off. For the day, we took out that pivot. Guess what? We didn't take out the pivot this week. We missed it by 10 pips. And we've taken out the pivot for the month. And notice something here. It looks like up 1, down. Actually, that's up 3. But it looks like we're getting these 2 downs in a row in the months. Interesting. For the wick zone, in and out of that upper wick zone on the downside and the upside, we're sitting in the middle of it again. It's a pretty big wick, as you can see here. The price still doesn't like staying inside that wick zone. For the week, we have 133 pips of range. That's a 25 percentile. We did not break out of the previous week's high. We did break out of the previous week's low by 23 pips. And for the rats, high minus close, 65 for the red rats, and 68 close minus low for the green rats. And the weekly open crossover traders, high minus open 90 to the north, and open minus low 43 to the south. As you can see here on the simple price action chart, price has been riding up that trend line there. And on M30, you can see it broke below the trend line here and here, and then we're coming back up. And this is just trend line. It's just drawn between the last two aqua candles and last two magenta. Nothing esoteric. I just like using those, especially for scalp trading. It just seems to work. Picking up pips, and then if you want to stay in the trade longer, you can. On the my multimeters, I've written a few new ones. I might have to update this, but you can see here we've got some higher highs and lower highs. Of course, we have both, but making higher lows here on M5, signaling uptrend. I think I've got a few things to show here. Once again, looking at the break of trend lines here. So this trend line would have been down, this broke. Looking at the order flow in the previous middle trigger, you start to get the buys here, then it went back neutral, then it continued with the buys and pays off in pips. I wrote this MA dashboard, which can be helpful because you can see 3 here, but it's nice to see, well, what happened? Okay, we knew that, but was it more minus, more negative, or more positives? And this evaluates it. So what happens is if you start to see an end here, so it looks like a trend end is detected. So the trend was to the downside, but you can see 3 in a row. That pretty much says that trend's probably over. And I think if I switch over to M5, you can see that. So yeah, that trend was over. But this has been coming in kind of handy. And this looks like a return bar. Looks like price wants to get back up to that level. Tell you, it's been, while Walmart and I were trading earlier in the day, it was just ranging between about, I think it was between around 12. Let's see, where's the 12? Yeah, right here. This 12, it was just ranging back and forth. But we were looking at the M1 mainly. Okay, a new toy or tool, however you want to look at it. I think I might have showed this last week. We've got the daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annual candles here to see where price is. We can I'll just turn off the pivot. We can turn off the high-low. You can see the fib retraces here. But for the month of June, we've got 343 pips of range, ATR percent 85, which beats May. The ATR is 403. Once again, the range is 343, and we still have a couple of trading days left in the month. Year-to-date accumulated, we moved the needles to 729, and the thing is, we moved that to the downside, not to the upside. Let's see. Okay, year-to-date percentage from open to close minus 1.87, which is once again showing the biggest loss since the beginning of the year. So that's over a 3% change from the January to June. And that's why you need to take profit when you can, before the market takes it back. So, in case you're wondering what these indicators are, I'm not sure if I sent that out in the batch 2 of the donationals or not. I'd have to double check. I can't remember. They're probably in there. So if we zoom out once again to the month, price below that lower wick zone, price turning down, seller strong control, lower high, lower low. So on the week, however, previous bar was an outside bar. Price is inside that lower wick zone. Fade the pivot was a buy. Lower high, lower low, but we've got a green candle, so sucker bar, be careful. On the daily, price turning up. We're inside that upper wick zone for the moment. Buyers strong control. Higher high, higher low. And that's about it. I've been working on some other indicators. I'm kind of gotten to a indicator writing binge using the AI, because I get an idea and it can code it quicker than I can code it. And then I just have to go in and make some fine tuning adjustments. But everything is, it's funny, things are going back to what I would say the old school of trading, with the just looking at trend lines coming off of, support and resistance areas. And I'm really kicking myself right now, not staying in that trade. It's, managing the chart versus managing emotions. You get in a trade and it goes against you, then maybe you add in, you just want to get out with the profit, especially the longer you've been in, that the emotional damage that it causes. But the thing is, it's just best just to look and see what the chart's telling you, and just put those emotions to the side. Say, you know what, I'm willing to lose this much since I haven't lost it. There's really no reason to have any emotional damage when you think about it. So you have your stop loss set, your risk amount. You say, hey, I'm not going to lose more than this amount, so why worry? No reason to worry. Just let the trade do its thing, and then if you get a signal to exit, you exit. Whether it hits your stop as an exit, or maybe the trend or the bias reverses. And yes, I'm using the word trend, and I don't believe in trend. I believe in bias, because if you switch time frames, as you see, the trends do change. But there is a bias, and you just, we call it a trend line. You can just stick it. So you can see right here, it looks like it's going to violate it. So you take your pips off the table. So, fellow traders, I hope everybody has a fun and safe weekend, and I hope you've been profitable so far this day, week, month, year. And I want you to always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One. Over and